Silver Generation ambassadors, friends, a very good morning to all of you. Oh, good afternoon to all of you. I'm delighted to be here for your 5th annual lunch. It's a small gesture of appreciation to thank all the Silver Generation ambassadors for your hard work. This year is also a milestone occasion because we're celebrating the 5th anniversary of the Silver Generation Office. We created it as the PGO back in 2014 to inform the pioneers about the Pioneer Generation Package and to reassure the pioneers who have worked so hard for Singapore that they would be well taken care of in their old age. And the best way to do this, we decided, was to go door to door, in person, spending time with the seniors, sometimes up to an hour in a single home, chat them, understand their needs, explain the package to them, what parts of the package can be useful to them, and if there are other things we need to follow up, also to follow up. It was a good idea, but the key thing was we needed to find the people to go and do this outreach. And we knew it would be a lot of work. And you needed people who were passionate, who were dedicated, who believed in this program, who wanted to go out and talk to these Pioneer Generation senior citizens and connect with them and help them. And so we had the idea of Pioneer Generation ambassadors. And from the idea to setting up the office, to recruiting people, to training people, to launching the program and carrying it on day by day, month by month, with 300,000 Pioneer Generation Singaporeans. Without all of you who volunteered and stuck with us, we could not have done this. Thank you very much. Now that you have accomplished your mission as Pioneer Generation ambassadors, we decided that you were so valuable, we will give you a new mission. And because there are so many other things which we can do if we are able to reach the senior citizens and talk to them and understand them and resolve problems with them. So we renamed the PGO the Silver Generation Office, and we merged it with the Agency for Integrated Care, AIC, under the Ministry of Health. And that way, we formally recognize your role supporting seniors, whether it's healthcare, whether it's social assistance, whether it's community support. And we gave you the most recent mission, and that is to explain the Merdeka Generation Package to the members of the Merdeka Generation. So you help to connect seniors with agencies and community partners who deal with their needs. You have become, as SG ambassadors, one additional important channel of engagement with our residents. We already have other grassroots channels under the PA. We have the RCs, we have the NCs, but these cover all residents in the neighborhood. Now we have the Pioneer Generation ambassadors, in addition to the RCs and NCs. And you are focused, you target the older generation, and you tailor your message and your help to the older generation, and you become specialists. You know how to talk to these groups, you understand you're on the same wavelength with them, and you're able to help them. Most importantly, your approach is high touch and personalized. You're not just telling them about policies, because that they can watch on television, but you're systematically meeting them, getting to know them, building relations, winning their trust. And it takes a while to get to know older people because naturally older people are cautious when strangers approach them. They have to be cautious. Sometimes you have an uphill task because you will meet an uncle and he will say, I missed by 2 weeks. Born 2 weeks too early or born 2 weeks too late or took up citizenship not quite on the cutoff date. And so how about helping me to appeal? And sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But in the end, I think you win over many people with your kindness of heart and your sincerity, with a human touch. And it's so much so that even if the seniors don't need any specific assistance program, they still enjoy the companionship of the ambassadors. You've become their friend, a listening ear for them. At the same time, you have been able to use other ways of reaching your target group. For example, the MGs, they are younger than the pioneer generation. They are generally better educated. They are more open to other means of engagement beyond face-to-face meetings. You can phone them, you can Skype them, you can email them as well. And many of them are still working, so you can meet them not just in their homes, but also in their workplaces. For example, the uncle selling newspapers just now on the roadside. And so you've reached out at workplaces, at faith-based organizations, in CCs, hawker centers, libraries, polyclinics, or MG outreach programs. I just attended one yesterday in Ang Mo Kio Central, but we've been holding, I think we've had 18 or 19 so far, and you're going to have them all over Singapore. This has been very well received. You've also been working with other government agencies to provide information online, on the website, and through an app, and to create an electronic version of the MG card, which we can carry around conveniently on our smartphones. So through these new initiatives, you have reached 140,000 MG seniors so far within a short span of 5 months. There are a lot of us, 500,000 MG seniors. So we've reached 140,000. That means 1 down, 2.5 to go. And I look forward to you completing this within the next couple of years. We'd therefore like to thank all the SG ambassadors for your hard work and support, especially those of you who have walked with us the whole 5-year journey since 2014. Since we started the MG program outreach, the volunteer pool has increased by 1/4, and many of you, young and old, have joined in because of a desire to give back to society, to participate. Among the youngest ones are 2 18-year-old girls, Lim Chi-en and Chi Hui, still in school, who were inspired by their mother, Madam Belinda Neo, to volunteer. I met them just now. I asked them how they manage. They said, well, A-levels coming at the end of the year, but they are doing it. I said, are you able to connect with the old people? They said, well, sometimes the old people prefer to talk to young ones. It gives them energy. So it gives me energy to listen, to hear young people talking like that, and to know that from their conversations with these old people, with us, the MG and the PG, they get to learn something about old Singapore, about how this came to be, and to appreciate and cherish what we have today. I also met our oldest, most senior Silver Generation Ambassador, Mr. Goh Chong Ti. He joined in 2015 when he was 79, and he's already 83 years old. There's no picture, but you won't recognize him if you see him because he doesn't look like he's 83 years old. But he's spry, he's active, he learned to use a tablet so that he can carry all the information he needed when he meets the other seniors, and he exemplifies active aging, lifelong learning, and giving back and paying forward. Therefore, because you've done all these good things, in Chinese they say, 默默耕耘, quietly working without anybody taking notice and without looking for attention. So we're introducing SG Ambassador Awards Service Awards to recognize your contributions. And it will recognize those who have been volunteering for several years, and I'm especially grateful to 91 of the SG ambassadors who have been on this journey from day one, 2014. And over 5 years, probably spent over 500 hours servicing seniors. It takes you, I would guess, about half an hour per household to go in, to chat, to get to know them, to write it up. So 500 hours means perhaps you've met 1,000 old folks or more in that 5 years, each one of you. And each one is one warm connection which keeps our Singapore society strong, cohesive, bonded, and happy. Happy that we belong, happy that we're cared for, happy that we're able to be a part of Singapore. We also have exemplary SGA awards to 16 recipients who have made outstanding contributions. I met them just now. One of them is Ms. Kalyana Sundram. And they go the extra mile. One of the seniors says he really missed home-cooked Indian food. And so Ms. Kalyana Sundram went the extra mile to find a friend who could provide and deliver the meals to him. And the food was so good, it reminded this old man of his mother's cooking. It's a small act of kindness, but it went a long way to brighten up somebody's life. The SG's ambassadors' efforts have made us a more caring and cohesive society, where we feel an obligation for one another, especially to the seniors who have given their best years to Singapore. I hope more Singaporeans will find meaning in SGO's cause, will come forward to become SG ambassadors, as all of you have done, and reinforce you, work with you, and carry the mission forward with you. So keep up the good work once again, and congratulations to all of the recipients. Thank you very much.